What's up, everybody, and welcome to my SummerSlam 2020 review, live from the Thunderdome. I'm assuming this was live tonight, but I believe it was. The Thunderdome, folks, Amway Center, No More Performance Center, I guess, for main roster pay-per-views and whatnot, but can SummerSlam be a good show tonight, to what we've seen? And honestly, I did see some good stuff from this. Some still bad, but I got some interesting things to say about this show, but we do kick it off with the pre-show. This is also Renee Young's, I think they said it on the pre-show table also, so I believe this is, like I said, her last night here, but we do kick it off with the United States Championship on the line, Apollo Crews versus MVP. Honestly, I thought MVP was going to win this match. I really did. That was one of my picks to win, because then Crews actually came out first. Usually I know if the champion comes out first, you know they're going to lose the belt and whatnot. But like I said, Crews came out first. MVP, which, by the way, he did not have his regular theme song. This was his second theme song in the WWE. They kind of used the second theme song before he left the WWE back, years ago. The first time, I think it was like 09, 010, that, not as the first one, but, the Ballin' one, West Side with Ballin'. I do remember that song very well, and I did like the t-shirts for the Hurt Business, though. Those shirts look raw as fuck, let me say that. The gear looked cool. As of the match itself, the match wasn't bad or anything. It looks like they're trying to fix more of the audio issues when it comes to the Thunderdome and whatnot. Still trying to get these crowd reactions in, but the match was okay. I'll say that. I didn't even really expect Crews to win. Crews did win clean, so he hit him with that power bomb and everything for the win. The Hurt Business came out, but Crews got out of Dodge right after that. I actually thought Crews was going to lose the United States Championship, but hopefully this is the final time we see these two face, because I feel like I've seen this feud enough, unless they're going to put Lashley in next or Shelton Benjamin for the championship. But I could see Crews probably going against one of them. Enough matches between MVP and Apollo Crews. Okay, so like I said, match was okay in the beginning. Crews retains, so there you go. But we do kick it off with the first official match of the night with SummerSlam. Bayley versus Asuka for the SmackDown Women's Championship to officially kick this whole thing off. And this was a good match. I did like this match, of course. Sasha Banks was by ringside. I do like that they have Pyro when they come out. Sasha and Bayley, which I'm sure everybody was glad to see Pyro for a lot of these guys tonight, which pretty much added on. So that is something good to say. This was a good match, though, to kick off the show. Asuka and Bayley, like we've seen before, Sasha was going to get involved throughout several times of the match, and that's what we saw from it. But I think the main thing to take from this was, Asuka doing the hip attack on, going for Bayley and everything. But Sasha basically sacrificed herself, pretty much took the bullet. She got hit with a hip attack, and Bayley was able to get a roll-up and, still use the ropes as leverage for the win. So Bayley was able to retain the title, which I saw coming anyway. So I kind of picked Bayley to win this match right after Sasha and Bayley attacked Asuka. Was it going to be in the same case later on tonight? Will, Bayley help Sasha retain her championship? We'll see from that. But this was still a very good match, though, to kick off the show for SummerSlam. Well, officially kick it off the first official match of the night. And Garza for the Raw Tag Team titles. Kevin Owens was on commentary for some odd reason. I have no idea what he had to do with this match. Then again, I don't know what they're doing with Kevin Owens half the time on this show right now. Most of it's just him hosting his Kevin Owens show on Raw and maybe being a match here or there, but I can't really tell what he's really doing right now, so I'm surprised he was even on commentary for whatever reason he was on commentary. He was just on commentary for this match. Kind of random. He has nothing to do with this feud, okay? It just really feels random when you think about it. But like I said, Almas, Vega, and Garza came out. Street Profits came out, which I guess their entrance, they had a whole bunch of cups falling from the sky. So all these red solo cups just fell from the air onto the ground and whatnot. So I guess they had some type of a special entrance. The match itself was not bad, I will say that. It was a good match, maybe a match I probably would have saw on Raw, but it was a pretty basic good tag match, I will say that. I know Garza, he started arguing with the referee because Vega got up. Yeah, Vega got up, pretty much tried to use as a distraction. Garza ended up knocking, he super kicked Montez Ford into Vega, which fell to the ground then right after. Almas was checking on Vega. Garza tried to go for the wing clipper, but Ford dodged it. Dawkins hit the cash out, and then Montez Ford did his inverted frog splash, which always looks cool. Even my friend Kyle said tonight that it looks like another version of the Twisted Bliss when you think about it, but maybe a better version of it too. I will say he didn't get that much hang time with this frog splash. When you see Montez Ford fly, that motherfucker can fly, okay? Even when he dove out the ring earlier, that dude can fly. I will say that. That dude just flies all over the place when he just gets great hang time. I'll say that. But Street Profits, I never really saw them losing the titles. Hopefully we don't have to see more of this feud anymore, of how bad it was with this poisoning angle and whatnot. I'm almost surprised Bianca wasn't out there to attack Vega against them. She already ran up into her house on Twitch and everything. I'm almost surprised I didn't see her back out in this match. But hopefully we move the Street Profits on to a different type of feud. Obviously, this is still going with Almas and Garza, which are obviously going to break up pretty soon with this little tag team and pretty much go against each other. So expect that to happen maybe on Raw tomorrow night. But it's happening. Kevin Owens, I guess he just pretty much left off to say he'll have Aleister Black on his show tomorrow. Yeah, hopefully he gets something going on because he needs some type of a push. I don't know why Aleister Black will be on Kevin Owens' show. Then again, like I said before, I don't even know why Kevin Owens was even out here for this match on commentary. It just seemed random, but obviously I don't think they really got nothing for him right now. So this is the, I guess I should say the best maybe they got right now. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, Street Profits retain. Like I said, not really surprised by the outcome. Next, though, I know they had Rey Mysterio, his wife Angie, and Dominic pretty much arrived to the building. I know they interviewed Sasha and Bayley tonight. That, Banks said, if Bayley can beat Asuka, that she can beat her too. It's going to be a clean sweep. But next, we got a no DQ match. Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. This was supposed to be a hair versus hair match, but obviously, given the recent circumstances right now, I guess they just decided to go with a no DQ. The match was good. I'll say that. It wasn't a bad match or anything. And my friend even said tonight that Sonya Deville, she was just no-selling a lot out there, which I could kind of see that too. Especially throwing Mandy into the turnbuckle and whatnot. Then to the ring post, Mandy Rose hitting a suplex onto Deville to the outside of the ring, onto the the steel part of it, pretty much near the apron and everything. Well, maybe it's not the apron, but the ramp, the steel part of it. Mandy Rose went for a table, which she had a hard time struggling to get that table set up. It's almost like she couldn't pick it up. I don't know, it was just a wait for the time for Sonya to come back and hit her attack, or she really could not set up that table, but she was really struggling real hard to get that table up. It was taking her a minute. Deville ended up pretty much hitting Rose pretty much in the chair, pretty much to the stomach then, taking her down, pretty much putting her back into the ring, pretty much hit her with a knee and everything and a few kicks. They pretty much went back to the outside of the outside then to the broadcast table. Mandy Rose pretty much slamming Sonya Deville's head into the table. Deville was still right by that table Mandy set up. Mandy Rose started throwing chairs, which, Deville ended up just ducking the chairs because, like I said, the chairs were just sliding across that table. It probably could have took her head off, but at least after two chairs being thrown at her, Sonya came back, pretty much gave her a kick, putting her back inside the ring then. Mandy Rose ended up pretty much took her down with a running knee. She even came up with some more, I don't even want to say V-trigger, but that's basically what it was with these running V-trigger knees and whatnot, until she pretty much hit a double underhook. I don't know if it was Awesome Kong's implant buster, but it was a double underhook slam move and whatnot. Pretty much going face first. Mandy Rose pretty much started yelling at Deville, pretty much hitting her with one more running knee and winning the match. So this whole loser leaves WWE thing, Mandy Rose got the win. Deville pretty much looked pissed off before she just went through the ringside area to leave. Otis came out and celebrated with Mandy since she's still going to be here. Obviously, this was just a way to write off Sonya Deville, okay? Given what has happened to her in the past week with the whole kidnapping thing, this obviously makes sense. And listen, I know Mandy was there too, to what I've read. Listen, I'm not going to go into a whole, kayfabe thing, which, the opponents shouldn't be hanging out with each other, because, trust me, WWE has really fucked shit like that for a long time with these feuds, which I can go back to what now the Bells was the worst one, but obviously real life stuff happens, and like I said, I just had to just drop the whole thing. But the important thing is that both of them were safe, and nothing bad didn't happen to them. But like I said, Sonya Deville obviously will be taking some time off, until until she gets her head back together, and just probably wants to just take a break for a while just after what happened. I will say it does kind of suck, because they really have been building her pretty well on SmackDown, especially in this feud with Mandy Rose. I think her promo game has gotten better, and just her in the ring in general just becoming more ruthless and whatnot. So it does, really suck that she has to go away for a while. I know some people actually thought she was leaving the WWE and going to another company, or maybe have quit the business or something, which, some say, like I said, maybe Friday, the crazies could probably make you do that with all these psycho fans out here. But like I said before, obviously she's just going to be taking some time off for a very long time. I don't know when she'll be back. Time will tell. Some maybe will guess maybe about a Rumble. I don't know, okay? But, hopefully she just gets this whole thing sorted out, and just take a break for a while, because like I said, that's some scary shit what happened. But I figured Mandy Rose was going to win this match in general, and Deville was going to be written off TV. Sometimes I forget Otis still has that Money in the Bank briefcase. I don't know why, but I forget he has it every time I see him, because it's like, oh yeah, he's still the Money in the Bank winner. He's still the Money in the Bank winner. I forget that sometime. Next, though, we got Dominic Mysterio and his, I guess, first official debut match versus Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins kind of copying Rey Mysterio's Halloween Havoc gear with the, the pink and, the mystery thing, because, Rey's always got the mystery going on. But look at Rey's Halloween Havoc gear from back then, and Seth Rollins' gear he had on right now. Almost somebody, me and my other friend Hunter, we actually thought it was going to be the Riddler for a second, but I'm like, wait, the Riddler wears green, so I kind of already knew it was Rey's old WCW Halloween Havoc gear. Basically before, Rey and Dominic came out, I guess Dominic's mom wished them good luck and everything. So, this match, this was a street fight. This was a good match. Really good. I think Dominic did a really good job out here. I'm sure, Seth had a lot of, to help him out through this match, but it wasn't like just straight up weapons and everything. I know we'll get to the weapons part later, but they actually started off with some pretty good chain wrestling out there. I will say that. Dominic probably may have had a botch or two out there, but he wasn't bad. I will say that. Now, Rollins ended up still getting the kendo stick and everything, pretty much telling Murphy to get it and everything, but Dominic ended up drop kicking him before he could even get that kendo stick. Rollins pretty much rolled to the outside then. Dominic pretty much started going for the chase and whatnot, getting the kendo stick, but Rollins was able to stop him then right after. Pretty much started messing with Rey right after that, and everything, which, like, want to do something, but Dominic, of course, pretty much came back, cutting off Rollins, but Rollins pretty much took Dominic down with a sling blade once they got back inside the ring. They kept showing Rey's wife watching, very concerned, mostly about her son throughout this match and everything. So we've seen multiple shots of her throughout the entire night. Seth then got a chair, sat down in it, pretty much taunting Rey right after. Pretty much says, come on, you want to get in? Dominic's still on the ground. Rey can't really do nothing about it, but just sit there. But yeah, like I said, though, a little weird glitch right there. But yeah, Dominic ended up fighting back, though, pretty much trying to take down Rollins. Rollins tried to go for a buckle bomb right after, but Dominic ended up dodging it, going to a Hurricane Rana, hit a good tornado DDT on him. pretty much getting a near fall. Dominic had a kendo stick then, started hitting Rollins several times, and I think he started cutting him on Rollins. Pretty much ended up getting up, like, superplexing him from the top rope, pretty much rolling that right into a Falcon Arrow, which ended up in a 2 count then. Rollins pretty much took a kendo stick himself and started hitting Dominic with it several times, pretty much still messing with Rey Mysterio. Rollins ended up getting a table then, pretty much telling Murphy to get it. They set up the table in the corner. I guess he's about to put Dominic through it, but Rollins pretty much had the kendo stick and started hitting Dominic in the back. Dominic pretty much was able to get the kendo stick from Rollins and ended up hitting a back Russian leg sweep onto the table. Both of them went through the table then right after. Dominic pretty much went to the other side of the apron, going for the top rope. Hit the frog splash onto Seth Rollins. Pretty much got a good 2 count right there. Dominic ended up getting the chair, pretty much put it into the ring, and he pretty much trying to get that chair, and he pretty much super kicked him, and then Seth super kicked him, and then he power bombed him right after. Ron pretty much had the kendo stick then, pretty much started messing with Ray again. Then he started hitting Dominic, beating him down. They kept going to Ray's wife several times. Ray tried to get up there, but Ron said, "Stay down, you better stay down," which he started pulling back Dominic's gear down, and even Murphy had some handcuffs then and pretty much got the Rollins then, but pretty much, looked at Ray and says, like, you could stop this, you can. But next thing you know, I guess Angie, his wife, came out there. Ray pretty much went to the top rope and pretty much, not the top rope, but back to the apron, running up the stage, pretty much telling his wife, "No, don't come out here. Don't come out here. Go to the back, and everything." Cause they ended up handcuffing. No, they didn't handcuff Ray, but Ray pretty much tried to stop it from that. Rollins pretty much was about to take Dominic and handcuff him and everything. Well, they tried to, when Ray was distracted, basically Murphy and Seth ended up jumping Dominic. Murphy tried to do the whole eye thing onto the steel steps to Dominic. Ray basically came back off to save his son out there. Rollins ended up beating up Ray in from behind, and then basically they had the handcuffs then, and they actually took Rey Mysterio and handcuffed him to the ropes, and they were going to beat him down with the kendo sticks. And they basically, Seth was about to do it, but then Seth looked at Ray's wife pretty much up the stage then, and pretty much started holding his arms open, saying, "Come on, come down here," and whatnot. But Dominic pretty much attacked Rollins then from behind. Dominic was able to take down Murphy. Pretty much got Rollins in the... Excuse me. I need some water right there. But got him back into the ring. 619 him. Basically went for another frog splash, but Rollins held his knees up. Rollins pretty much, sat on Dominic then, as he pretty much grabbed his face and told Ray to look at it, and Rollins ended up hitting the curb stomp for the win. So Seth Rollins ended up winning the street fight. Honestly, I actually called Dominic to win this match. I need some water. Yeah, I actually saw... Give me a second here. Oh, man, I really was choking on something. I don't know what that was, but... Yeah, I actually thought Dominic was going to win this match, but then I remembered, and I don't think they're going to have Seth lose to Dominic, especially on... this is Dominic's first official match, so... Obviously, he wasn't going to win, but I think he had a good showing out there. Of course, this match, this is more of a story aspect and everything when it comes to this match. And I think they'll have a tag match next week at Payback between Ray and Dominic going against Rollins and Murphy. So I could see that happening. But Seth getting the win right here, it was kind of expected because I don't think we were going to put Dominic over to get his first win in the company. Especially over Seth, especially what he's been doing right now as a heel. So, like I said, this was good. This was good, real good. Dominic did a great job out there, and like I said, they put on a really good match. Like I said, more story aspect. Ray being concerned, even Ray's wife Angie being concerned too. So, there's a lot to say from this match. It really is. So. That's women's title on the line. Of course, Asuka, her new this Sasha Asuka was way better than the Bailey and Asuka match. I'm not trying to downplay it that much, but this one right here, this one was different. Okay, this one was real different. One of the big spots throughout this entire match was when Asuka went for the hip attack, going to the turnbuckle. Sasha ended up dodging it and hit a big power bomb, which you hear a loud thud onto the floor, which looked deadly. Let me say that. I'm like, damn, that was kind of killer out there. Asuka ended up getting in before the 10 count and whatnot, but Sasha pretty much tried to kept covering Asuka. Asuka kept getting up. Sasha pretty much got a big boot to her for another 2 count. Asuka was able to get her in, pretty much hit her with the electric chair. Pretty much still trying to put her into an ankle lock then right after. Still trying to hit the Asuka lock, pretty much going for a suplex, and even put her into a big DDT in from the ropes. That looked pretty deadly. Asuka pretty much hit a big drop kick from the top rope, going for a 2 count. Pretty much trying to put her in the Asuka lock several times, but Sasha ended up going for a frog splash. Asuka got out the way. Bailey was, still trying to encourage Sasha, pretty much trying to cheer on throughout this match. Asuka and Bailey pretty much tried to charge at each other and whatnot, but Asuka pretty much start putting Sasha back into the ankle locking, not the ankle lock, but the Asuka lock again, pretty much trying to have her submit. Sasha was able to get to her feet, but Asuka still pretty much had her still in there. Sasha ended up countering into a bank statement then right after. Asuka pretty much counted back into the Asuka lock. Sasha was able to get out again, but, Asuka ended up pretty much taking Sasha down with a kick. Tried to go for the hip attack again, and pretty much, Bailey tried to get up to, I guess was going to take the bullet and whatnot, but Bailey did not get hit. And when Bailey got to the apron, Asuka ended up knocking Bailey to the floor, pretty much with an elbow then. Asuka pretty much dodged the bank statement and pretty much put her into Sasha into the Asuka lock and winning the match. So now we got a new Raw Women's Champion, which I expected. I knew Asuka was going to take the Raw title back. There's one thing I should say about Sasha. This was a great match, okay? This was really great. Like I said before, I think this one was better than the one with Bailey. And there's one thing I can say about Sasha, as everyone says, is like Sasha always wins the title, but she can never have one successful title defense. What is it, 5-6-time champion now? Wins the belt, but can never have not even one successful title defense. And once again, one defense loses the belt. Obviously, this is just telling the story of now, Sasha and Bailey looks like they're going to be breaking up soon. And now since they got to defend the tag titles next week, they'll probably lose the tag titles to whoever they're facing next week. But I expected Asuka to win this match and regain the Raw Women's title. So, yeah, Sasha and Bailey, the breakup is coming soon, folks. Don't be surprised when they lose the tag titles next week. Next, though, a match that should have been the main event, and it really should have been the main event. Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, WWE Championship on the line. This was the best match out of the night, okay? Let me say that right now. This was the best match out of the night, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. I loved this match. This was the match I was looking forward to the most, and I think it delivered big time, okay? Because, of course, both of these guys trying to dodge each other's finishers. Well, mostly Orton trying to go for the RKO, but McIntyre, was able to break out of it. One thing I should say, Orton pretty much knocking McIntyre to the outside of the ring, throwing his head into the post and whatnot. Pretty much hit him with that back body drop onto the, the back drop onto the table and everything. As Orton says, that title's coming home with me. Pretty much hit him with about 2 or 3 of those things, of those suplexes. Orton pretty much stomping on McIntyre then right after. I think McIntyre's head started bleeding and whatnot. So I think it was when he kicked him in the head and not, the punt kick, but when he was stomping out, I think, the boot went across his head and there was some blood coming from it. McIntyre pretty much coming back then, knocking Orton into the corner, taking him down, pretty much stomping on his knee several times, even putting a figure 4 on him, since, Orton had kicked Ric Flair in the head. McIntyre pretty much had his own figure 4, but Orton was able to use the referee and pull him and started gouging McIntyre's eyes. Then there was some more blood coming from his face then right after, like from his eye area. But right after then, looks like we got a phone call. 10 minutes, okay?
I ain't got that long. I'm just talking to the audience.
All right, we'll call you back. Bye. We'll take care of that phone call later. But as I was saying about this match, though, McIntyre, though, pretty much came back, started hitting multiple belly suplexes onto Orton, some of them overhead and whatnot, even hitting him with a clothesline right after. Pretty much both him and Orton were down after double clothesline. McIntyre kicked up then, pretty much putting Orton going to the top rope then, pretty much set him up for a superplex, but Orton pretty much cut him off, knocking him down. Orton headbutting him off of the top rope, which put him into the Tree of Woe then. McIntyre sat up, pretty much hitting Orton with a belly-to-belly from the top rope, basically for a 2 count right after. Drew tried to go for the future shot DDT, but Randy Orton got out of it. But Drew was able to basically counter Orton again and hit him with a future shot DDT, which we saw Orton bleeding right after then. McIntyre picked him up, pretty much punched him in a couple times. And, he pretty much was trying to set up Orton for that Claymore kick, but Orton ended up hitting him with a power slam right after. Both of them power slam right after then. Power slam, but Orton pretty much tried to go for his DDT then. McIntyre got out of it, hit him with the Glasgow kiss then. Orton was stumbled for a second. McIntyre ended up closing Orton to the outside of the ring. Both men went outside, pretty much falling out of there. They both got in before the 10 count, but Orton kicked him, pretty much hit him with his draping DDT then. And then he looked at McIntyre, pretty much going to set up for the RKO, but then he looked on. He was going to go for the punt kick then. Orton charged at him, but McIntyre was able to get out of it and pretty much hit him with a power bomb right after. He told Orton to get up, you son of a bitch, setting him up for that Claymore kick. He ran in for the Claymore kick. Orton pretty much went for the RKO. McIntyre got out of it, hit him with a backslap for the 3 count. So yes, we got another not a roll-up, but another somewhat of a roll-up finish right here. This was something I didn't expect. Number one, this was just a great match. Or like I said before, best match out of the entire night. It was awesome. But one thing you could take from this match, nobody didn't hit a finisher for the win. Now, I am a little surprised Randy Orton lost right here. I actually expected Randy Orton to win. I really did, especially the role Randy Orton has been on right now. I'm almost surprised he didn't win the title or whatnot. Now, he didn't lose to, I would say, maybe a decisive finish, and it was by a backslide and whatnot. Now, I do believe it will be a rematch, possibly at Payback next week, so would expect that to happen, but I actually thought Drew was losing the belt right here. I really did. So Orton was my pick to win. Like I said before, none of these guys ever really end up hitting the finisher in either of their finishers. Not a RKO, not a Claymore kick. Yeah, we got some signature moves and everything, but none of these guys. None of these guys ended up hitting a finisher. So it was very interesting that McIntyre won off just a backslide, okay? That was something I didn't see, all right? That's something I really didn't expect to happen right there. But I don't think this is the end of this feud. Like I said, maybe they'll do a rematch next week for the WWE title because I really expected Orton to win right here. Some people even still expected Ric Flair to show up because if you remember when he still kicked him in the head, they blacked it out. So some people actually thought it was going to be a swerve finish. I actually kind of thought that too because I was thinking that in my head. But hey, maybe it happens next week. I don't know. We'll see what happens on Raw tomorrow and see what happens. But this was still a great match. Both of these guys beat the hell out of each other right here. This was enjoyable to watch. Like I said, the finish, though, it's something that I didn't expect. So I was really surprised by that. Even I know people I was talking throughout the night, they were surprised. They said, really? Another roll-up finish? And my friend Hunter, he was really disappointed by this. He really didn't want to see just a backslide. He was really expecting maybe, maybe, I think he wanted McIntyre to win, so he expected maybe a Claymore kick to happen. I actually thought Orton was going to win. I thought he was going to dodge the Claymore kick, hit the RKO, hit a second RKO, kick McIntyre in the head, and then win the WWE title. That's what I expected, but like I said, this was a finish I did not really really see coming right here. So this really should have been the main event, but it was not. But overall, still a great match. Tomorrow night, Keith Lee will be on Monday Night Raw. They did have a video package for him, so he is going to the main roster. I hope for the best. I know they were really big on Keith Lee in the back, especially after we seen him in the Rumble and in Survivor Series. I still would have rather have had a rematch for the NXT title, but obviously that's not going to happen. I've already said enough about, what happened last night. Go check out my NXT TakeOver 30 review if you want to hear my full thoughts on the NXT title match between Keith Lee and Cross last night, which we all know that Cross may be hurt right now with the whole rotator cuff thing. I may have to Triple H explain, but it's supposed to be a MRI tomorrow, so we'll see if Cross is going to be gone for a while. It does suck, especially after the guy just won the belt, but some say it may have been called an audible why it ended like that last night with just the whole doomsday off the top rope. But like I said, check out my review for more Keith Lee, but like I said, Keith Lee coming to main roster. Hopefully it's for the best. I still would have liked it if he had a longer NXT title run, but hopefully he does great on Raw, because listen, I already know everybody's going to say, you can't try... You cannot trust Vince. You cannot... God, I need some water. Can't find none right now. You cannot trust Vince with Keith Lee as in every other NXT person, as everybody said, but I'm hoping for the best, though. This one, I am hoping for the best. So we'll see what happens tomorrow night with Keith Lee when he debuts on Monday Night Raw. But in the main event, though, Braun Strowman, The Fiend, Falls Count Anywhere match, Universal title on the line. Immediately as this match began, Strowman charged at The Fiend, pretty much taking him down, and whatnot. And Fiend started laughing at him. Then Fiend pretty much came back with Uranagi and onto the ground, pretty much going for Strowman. But Strowman ended up pretty much rolling to the outside then to take off his jacket. Fiend, I guess he had a toolbox or something under the ring, but Strowman ended up running into Fiend, pretty much knocking him through the barricade and whatnot, and pretty much, I guess he tried to put him through the announce table, even though it kind of didn't really break right after that, but somehow, I guess it did, but like I said, The Fiend pretty much ended up getting back up, started punching Strowman several times again onto the announce table. Like I said, Strowman tried to chokeslam him on it. It did not break, and once again, The Fiend is still popping up. We've already know when you hit this guy with everything but the kitchen sink, he gets up like it's nothing. Strowman took the steel steps then and pretty much knocked the Fiend down. He pretty much put The Fiend back inside the ring then, and pretty much hit a big power slam on him, but it was for a 2 count. Strowman was somewhat surprised by this. They pretty much went to ringside then. Pretty much he threw the Fiend into the barricade, and going to the video screen when they went up the ramp, they even fought into the gorilla position then. Nobody was there for some reason. The Fiend ended up throwing Strowman into the walls before hitting him in his sister Abigail, which only got a 2 count. He started pretty much clawing at Strowman then, pretty much putting him back to the, we got back inside the arena then. Fiend pretty much ran Strowman into one of the video screens again as Strowman was down. And, I think he was bleeding from his head and whatnot. And I guess he tried to go for that mandible claw, but Strowman ended up getting out of to the inside of the ring then. Strowman pretty much tried to go for the pin. It did not work. But right after then, Strowman hit another power slam. Still didn't work. He started punching him. But then he got that toolbox then. He took a box cutter out and pretty much started cutting the ring in, pretty much revealing the wooden parts of it. The Fiend ended up getting up, hitting a big Uranagi onto both of the boards right there. He hit a Sister Abigail then, and pretty much Sister Abigail on, but then he hit a second one onto the boards then, and the Fiend won the Universal Championship straight down the middle, folks. But before the Fiend could even celebrate, All of a sudden, Roman Reigns is back, people. Roman Reigns speared the Fiend. He pretty much looked at Strowman in, speared him, took him down. He had a wreck everyone and leave shirt. Pretty much Strowman, you are nothing. You are not the only monster. Like, you are nothing if I didn't leave, which is actually true because Strowman wouldn't be the champion right now if Roman didn't leave before WrestleMania those months ago. Reigns took a chair there. He beat the living crap out of Strowman with it, and then he looked at the Fiend, and the Fiend got up. He ended up spearing him to the ground. Roman pretty much got up then and pretty much said, "You just a freak in a mess. I was the one. I'm the champion around here, okay? I got this title. You ain't got ability and everything." He held the title up, and I guess they could say with that slogan, "You'll never see it coming." Number one, the Fiend versus Strowman match. I have hated a lot of this feud, but this match was okay. It was straight down the middle. It was a brawl. Listen, was it, Strowman just beating everything with the Fiend and the Fiend just kicks out at one every time? No, this was not another cinematic match. Even my friend actually thought it was going to be another one of these supernatural things once they went into the back, but no more swamp match or some type of crazy funhouse type of bullshit and whatnot. This went straight down the middle. The Fiend won clean, even though it's a no, false count anywhere match, but he won clean. I wanted the belt off Strowman anyway, so I was glad the Fiend won. But now, since Roman Reigns is back in the fold, some people think he may have turned heel. I don't know, since the Fiend is a heel anyways, because people are already marking it down right now. The Fiend will not have that title for long. Roman is back, and so he will get that title back. Listen, I've even said it about a few weeks ago, they needed Roman Reigns back at the show, but ain't no telling when that was coming. But tonight, it has happened. Now, I know I've been hearing a little bit of rumors saying he was going to be coming back tonight, but I was not sure about that. So, Roman being back, it is good they had him back. He's been gone. And, we've seen what the result is from this, but with Roman now back in the fold, especially now coming, I guess, when this whole Thunderdome thing starts, not a bad way to come in. I will say that. Definitely not a bad way to come in. But, overall, though, with him being back, expecting to be the championship, not championship, to be the champion pretty soon, I was actually glad to see him. I really was. I was actually shocked, too, that he was back, because came out of nowhere and just started spearing motherfuckers and beating the hell out of them. So, Roman being back, not a bad move. Overall, SummerSlam, this was not a bad show. I don't think it really was this time. The best match out of the entire show was Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre. I really believe that. I liked Asuka and Sasha. I think that was the better women's match throughout the night. I think it was better than the Bayley and Asuka one. I still liked the match, but I think the Sasha one was better. The main event was more surprising, I should say. I could take from it was just a big surprise, but the main event wasn't that bad too. These guys did beat the hell out of each other, but I just wanted the belt off Strowman, so I'm fine with that. Roman was very unexpected, so didn't expect it, but I was really surprised, and it was good too. So the main event was okay, but I still think the WWE title should have been the main event. No type of screwy finishes that were going on with this too. Profits and Almas and Garza. Match was whatever. You probably could have seen this on Raw. I still have no idea why Kevin Owens was even on commentary for this match. Makes no sense. Deville and Rose was good. I will say that. I thought it was good. The whole lose the leads WWE thing. I've already said what I've had to say about that. It was okay. I will say it wasn't a bad match. I think if they went along with the hair versus hair thing, would have been good. I don't know. Okay, I honestly don't. But I still, I still think the match was, it was okay. It probably could have been a little bit more, but I think it was okay for what it was. Seth and Dominic, this was good, real good. This was a blood feud, I will say that. But, one thing I did think about throughout that match is one thing I forgot to explain. Especially, this is a blood feud, right? And I know they let Dominic kind of show off his wrestling ability out there at the beginning, but if we've gone from about a feud about taking people's eyeballs out of their head and beating the hell out of them with kendo sticks, damn near killing them out there in this insane feud and whatnot, should we really start off with some technical wrestling in the beginning of this match? I didn't say that earlier, but now that I thought about it, should they have really done that? When you think about it, this should have been just both of these guys killing each other. But I still think this was a really good match, and Dominic showed he can wrestle out there, and he's really good. Okay, so I will say I will say that, but I still think overall that was a great match also between Dominic and Seth. But I figured like I said, my pick was Dominic, but I kind of figured Seth was gonna go over though. Cruz and MVP was okay for what it was. I'll say that. I actually thought MVP was winning, but like I said, Cruz still holds the title, so hopefully they move him on, do something different. But SummerSlam, this show was not horrible. I will say this. I think it was good. Like I said, I told you what I liked and what I didn't like, but it wasn't anything too horrible, all right? Now, I know they still probably need to fix some audio issues when it comes to, this whole Thunderdome thing itself, but it still does look cool, just them being in the arena, and I think Pyro really worked for a lot of these entrances tonight, which wasn't bad, but I still think I enjoyed the show, maybe because I was talking to people throughout the night through this show, but like I said, some was bad, but a lot of it really wasn't, though, so that's my opinion, though. Everybody may have a different opinion on this when it comes to SummerSlam, so tell me, what do you think about SummerSlam? Did you like this show? Did you hate this show? What did you think? What was your favorite match of the night? What was something you liked, didn't like? Just tell me what you think about SummerSlam and just in general with the Thunderdome, and did it work out for you and whatnot? Because I didn't think it was that bad, but some of it was good though. I will say that. Like I said though, the WWE title match was the best match on this show. Okay, but overall though, that's my review of SummerSlam. View that is posted up online right now. Just like my NXT review that is up online. So Takeover 30 or any other review that is up online right now. My AEW review is up online from last night on Saturday. So yeah, that's all I really got to say about SummerSlam tonight. All right, so I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace out. It's me, the HWOD, coming here with the news and the reviews. You know what I am, you know what I do. The show and I flow, it's going down more than I can cram. We're done with this review of SummerSlam. And one last thing before I go, I did say this was going to be a joint review, but unfortunately it was not. Maybe next time I'll get my guests back in and we will do a joint review together on the next pay-per-view. Really wanted to do it for SummerSlam, but hey, stuff happens, okay? So maybe next time. But I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Damn, stop the video already. Shit. Still going. Man, it's like it's not even stopping. I'm hitting the stop button. What the fuck's up with that?